back to Total Warhammer 3 in Part 9 of our Gor-Rok SFO Grimhammer campaign. In today's episode, we are here for the battle for Itza to try to empower our Shield of AEONS quest battle. Here we are going to be facing off against a combined arms army of Skaven and undead pirates, and even Luther Harkin shall be arriving later on in. It's going to be us, Gor-Rok, and we have a little bit of a changed up military force here. We're going to be rolling with a Blueberry Slan and Nakai, all of which we have to keep alive for the entirety of the battle in order to win. If either Nakai or the Blueberry Slan is routed off and their army defeated, we pretty well instantly lose, so it's not an easy fight by any means. This is one I have fought many times just from the Quest Battles tab on the main screen, and I lose more oftentimes than I win, so this should be quite a bit of fun. Replace all of our skinks with feral cold ones. We've got 6 of them, and then the Tichi-Wichi's Raiders, Cold One Riders with very stacked amounts of stats. They've got all sorts of passive buffs and debuffs that they will be passing out to both our own squad, themselves, and the enemies, as well as having a nice chunky bit of horde saves. This is going to be a very devastating bit of Cold One Riders. They are still Cold One Riders though, so we will want to get them in and out of combat pretty quickly, otherwise they start taking some damage. This is by no means going to be an easy battle here. Let's pull up the map, kind of go over what the general gist of it is. So we have Gor-Rok over here facing off against the Skaven, and then there's the Blueberry Slan and Nakai facing off against their individual groups of stodgy damp pirates. Let's dive on in.
Taxa, Lustria, Doc Itza. Pundit Spectal Shahwa Shakota Shini Shakwa Trilok Nosu Unka Dartax Marqua Marbok.
Those roars give you +5 attack. Alright, let's dive on in. We have no time to look at any of our new units. We just have to get them into the battle right away. So let's dive them all across this direction so they don't go through the enemy lines. Have you to dive in on this group of dire hounds. Tichi-Wichis, move quickly. Man, they started laser beaming them down with the those units of Jezzails. Let's dive the individuals in just to surround and destroy. I'd say we need to go after backline of gunners. And then we need to bring these guys out and around. Quickly here. I've got a incredibly different set of audio going on my side. My headphones decided to self-destruct mid-recording earlier, so we are actually on our second attempt at this video here today. Hopefully, we got no problems. Get all the speedy boys together. You come on up, start blasting away at rattling guns. I want you to dive on in. We need to try to hunt down. Where did he go? Did you just go underneath the pyramid? That's not allowed. Well, we'll just bring the lads forward then. I'm just gonna lock the Saurus and just send them into combat. So he's underneath the map somehow there. Interesting. Alright, we'll have you guys go up the hill, try to save Nakai. He needs all the help he can get. Looks like he's terrified already. His leadership is terrible. He's rolling with a Dread Saurian. That's pretty strange. Bring you boys out and around. And as soon as you are, go hit the Warp Lightning Cannons. In fact, you just dive into melee. Would be the best call. Have you all work together. We'll just drop down the big bubble of nope on all our Saurus as they roll in. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of damage. Ooh, ouch. Warp Lightning Cannons are mean. Right on in. Let's help out with, where is the Elpid Abomination? We're going to need you to deal with that. Shut them down. Dive in on that back line. Let's keep both nearby. And we can drop down the Itza Boom 3. That's not that many rats. We'll go ahead and explode this huge unit here. Have you two dive in. Gor-Rok, drop your abilities. Keep everyone from rampaging, although I don't think anyone near here is going to have any issues with that. On this side, let's make sure we're rampaging through and annihilating these large rat ogres. Weechi Weechies, let's go ahead and pull away for a moment. Cavalry Bane's pretty nasty. Ignore them. Let's keep nom-nomming on their pirate mob. Looks like Harkin has arrived. Nakai is finally getting the upper hand on these forces here. Dread Saurian is chasing off the big lobster. That's how it should work. Pull you on around. Looks like Harkin's arriving. We're going to want to try to drag the troops back. You come on in, try to hunt down the enemy lord. And we'll have the Feral Cold Ones dive in as well, because they actually have several attacks. They attack quite quickly. Grab you, Saurus, dive in here. One more big boom in the middle of all these clan rats, because we need to deal with them quickly, because here comes Harkin with a vengeance. Alright, Cold Ones, deal it. Deal with the enemy. Looks like Nakai is fleeing. We need to hurry up. These Kroxagor are running. If they all start running, they will go down to simply army losses there, which will be just the worst. Have you boys come through and help out with what's coming on in. I trust that Nakai can hold, but he might not be able to. Bring you up and through. Let's go ahead and drop down the big bubble of nope. I didn't do what I wanted to at all. We clicked here, and it obviously... Oh well. Come on back, Skinks. Gor-Rok, get ready. So if we did manage to hunt down the enemy lord, you get that poison. I'm going to switch you off of melee, start launching those shots over. Keep the heals going. Try to draw everyone. If we can draw the enemy around the corner, it'd be pretty fantastic. I just don't think it's going to happen. Get moving on out of there. Looks like Nakai's forces are rallying. Perfect. It's not over, though. And those depth guard are going to be an issue. Go ahead and pull away from the depth guard and try to take down these Prometheans. Alright, the rats are gone. That's perfect. Everyone else needs to come on back, though. Otherwise, we're going to take some serious damage. Oh, keep running. I'm going to go ahead and turn the Kroxagor and have them, not the Kroxagor, but all of our normal lads and dive them on into battle. Gor-Rok, we need help with the Help and Abomination. Roke needs to keep fleeing on away. The guns are just going to chase him off, aren't they? They're going to attack no one else. Try to go around. Keep poison on those deck droppers because we needed to get rid of them. That's the most important unit to deal with. It's a boom. Let's go for the It's a boom. Just need the big bubble of nope. Cannon shots are starting to land in as well, blasting away some of our skinks. Can't really do much but return fire. Gor-Rok, go find the Rotting Leviathan and tear it down. Enemy Lord has fallen. Looks like... Oh, Nakai won. Thank goodness. Despite all odds, Nakai pulled through. Now we just have to chase off Luther Harkin's forces. He is nailing Croak. How funny it is that you're going to focus fire Croak and get no one else. Yeah, Croak's is going to fall here. We have no chance of keeping him alive. Come on, dude. Hover faster. You ride them down, turn around, and help out with the Leviathan. We need a big blob. You boys push through into those mortars. Oh, he might have just saved him. Alright, we'll pull the solar cannon away from the depth guard it's facing. Focus fire down is not fun, so you keep dealing with those depth droppers. You work on the next group of deck droppers. And Croak with his no life. Is he getting shot at by the cannons in the back line? He sure is. Let's get him well behind our lads. Stick in here. Looks like a few of the depth guard are going around to try to face off with Nakai. That works for me. I want to pull away from the halberdier polearm. guard there. Not gonna probably be able to, though. Those handguns are gone. With a bit of trading, it's incredibly spooky. We'll dive on into the fight itself here. Get him, Saurus! Drag him down! Rogue's got the big bubble of nope. Oh, we have to get way closer to actually drop that. Okay, I think we have to risk it. Nope, getting into a melee with the depth guard is a really, really bad call. Go ahead and push them through the line. We're going to have you guys continue jabbing down, but the depth guard are a huge issue. Gor-Rok turn and deal with the other group of depth guard. We'll have these clever girls try to hunt down the deck guns. Those ones are all rampaged out. Poison damage is pretty incredible, but we really don't need you fighting for very long. Go for it, it's a boom too, but stay far enough away that Harkin can't get any shots in. Oh, no, they move pretty quick there, the depth guard. No luck. Gor-Rok, you dive in on them. Pull the skinks out. Pretty good death bomb in the center, but let's send Hot Rod Barber through. If we can. As the swords get ripped apart by Harkin's breath attack there. Ah, they've rampaged, we've lost them as well. Come on, we've got it. Bubble of nope. Pull you away, because we don't really want you to fight. They've rampaged, so I don't have control of them at all. Free Itza 1. Help out Gor-Rok. Most of our lads have rampaged. Luckily, he's rampaged where he needs to. Come on, Saurus. This is the healing crystal. Get him through in with the Saurus. U-turn, and we really can't do anything to Harkin. He's going to be a huge nuisance. He won't even come down until he's forced to. Nakai got chased off once more. Looks like those depth guard are going to be a huge issue still. Stop all our units from rampaging. I can't get close enough to actually help them, so let's deal with the units surrounding Gor-Rok. If there was a way to taunt Harkin in, I absolutely would. We'll kind of wander in behind, get everyone some heals. Alright, Chichi-Wichi, let's get on around. Let's go after the Necrofex on the backside here. Our warriors flee. Eh, so be it. Come on in and start blasting some laser beam shots at one of these Necrofex. We've got some reinforcements coming on in now. We just need to stay far enough away that Big Papa doesn't get taken down. Alright, so now the hunting pack is out of ammo. Nice shot. Warriors are rallying. Lovely. They're scared of the Necrofex Colossus. Which, fair enough, I would be too. Gor-Rok, where are you at? We really just need you in here fighting Depth Guard. We've got a huge Blavasaurus. We're going to have to do lots of recruiting after this. This was a nasty fight. Awesome one. Man. Brutal to the extreme. Feel free to post in the comments how you handle best the battle for Itza. I know for a fact I'm not nearly as good at micro as most of you, so. You kind of get some tricks for anyone that's better than myself. Pass those on out. Sweet, we've broken the Skaven at the very least. Oh, good. The Skaven slaves are running. Alright, Nakai's forces barely dealt with their side of the fight. Okay, why are you running? Just turn and blast some laser cannon. You don't even have to get very close to him. Here, Croak, you go make him, so go give the critter some pats so he doesn't run away. Chichi-Wichi reenacting one of the bad Jurassic Park movies, one with Chris Pratt. All of the ammunition going up here. He has hit on top of this pole the entire time. Oof. You have one job. How do you still have the warp stone scored? Interesting. That must last the entire battle. That's a pretty devastating contact effect. Big bubble of nope. Let's first drop down the extra leadership and then go for the big bubble of nope. Finish off Harkin's troops. King is dead. Long live the king. Dives and just tackles him with his spikes. Razordons honestly are not very good at in melee. Kind of surprisingly. Paul and Saurus are just innumerable. Luckily, they've got the heals in here now. So that is making everyone much more happy. So as soon as Harkin falls, the heals will stop. As SFO doesn't like any kind of cheating. Fairly enough. I think that's the victory. Harkin's just going to kind of fizzle on away. Him and his big rotten bat. Oh, he's going for the blueberry slan. One final attempt. Oh, he's getting some damage in. Oh, but down he falls. Man. That was a tough fight. Victory, Gor-Rok. And speed up. Man, that was an absolutely brutal battle. And I even tried to set up exactly to try to counter it. If I hadn't had all these speedy units, you really want to come into here with either extremely fast single entities, or maybe even like Ripperdactyls. You want to try to get a bunch of Ripperdactyls because they are nasty in combat and actually can close that gap before Nakai gets kicked on out. What is his leadership? He's probably not going to let me know, but their leadership felt really, really low for what they were fielding here. Either way, we win. 5,000 of the enemy laid low before us. We are going to, I think we'll definitely want to, ooh, I was going to say kill and eat, but 3,000 gold is hard to pass up. We did have to trespass on Lord Zlotic of the Sacred Pools land, but we saved his life, so hopefully he's okay with that. So we had him, but he's a banana slan instead. Fair enough, fair enough. We gain ourselves the Shield of AEONS, so we can actually replace the armor he's currently wielding. But already did. Excellent. So the Shield of AEONS is going to give us 25 more armor, 50% more fire resistance, and then the ability that gives him 60 additional armor and some expert charge defense. Oh, that's everyone around him in a 40-meter range. Well, that's fantastic. And then just having both of them is going to give us more control in all provinces, as well as a nice drop of 5 corruption to the local province he's in. Trickster's Helm now, I think I'm going to go ahead and pass off to Enchanted Shield now. Let's give him some ward save as well. Sounds much better. We could possibly come back out over here to Copper Bobber and give him the Enchanted Shield. Lovely. Everyone is starting to get themselves nice and equipped. Winning our battle, Gor-Rok gains himself some skills. 2 of them to be precise. Body opponent just gives a extra defense for wounding aggressors, enemy heroes. Additional defenses gives him 50% extra spell resist, as well as 10 melee defense. And then this is going to drop physical resistance of enemy armies in the region, so let's grab Unflinching, and then the first point into Impassable Defenses. We really need to get over here into the gold tier. Is it Jungle Dominion? Extra 10 armor, as well as 12% weapon strength. That's not a small bump. Spell resistance will allow them to kind of absorb the damage from those vortex spells a little bit better. We'll grab the final point into Revered Leader because we really need the upkeep production. Broke. I think it's time to grab... We want to make sure we move maximum speed, and then we can come on over here since we've got 2 points, thankfully. And grab the Mental Fabrications. We can use our Siva to fix up all the provincial settlement capital buildings even faster. Alright, Gor-Rok. If I have enough to move you into March, I absolutely will. Because nothing else gets us back into friendly territory, so March it is. We'll get over it, I think, eventually, that we trespassed. Otherwise, we are now at war with Lord Zlotic for no reason. Also, we've got now a full regiment of Feral Cold Ones. I don't think we're going to keep this. We've got 12,000 gold. I'm not allowed to spawn any of these guys. Oh, max, obviously. I'd rather get some more cavalry in, so we might leave them for now. Which is going to be pretty amusing. Let's spend some gold out on the provinces before we do anything else. Since Oxiel is our next closest and has a lovely landmark building we need, we're going to go ahead and upgrade this next. And then I think with an extra 1,000, we'll throw in the livestock pens. Awesome. Down in the south, though, Yodel I'd really like to upgrade, so let's get those tier 3 gold smelters. That is so much good. And a 1% upkeep reduction to all Kroxagor, Sacred Kroxagor, Temple Guard, and Old One units faction-wide. Yeah, we need more of that. I think lastly over here, I'm going to throw in the Stone Marker, which will give us more research, and will also increase all of our settlement building income faction-wide up to 2%. Solid. And alternatively, we could just make even more gold. That creates golden idols at the top tier there. I think instead we'll just go for the lodestone, as increasing settlement building income and research rate both sounds better overall. Sweet money. Now we're not going to have anything to spawn any new blessed spawnings, which I think is going to be fine. We have the clever girls to rush out and hunt fools down. I am going to upgrade the Fuming Serpent next so I can get the extra growth building over there. And with my small amount of gold...
Not this time.
Alright, Timmy, can I get over there and deal with you? Yeah, I think we will next turn. Let's grab in some Paradon Riders with Fire Leech Bolas. We'll have Wax T here deal with Petey Good Eye. Oh, Petey, we have finally cornered you in plots. You were on foot, so as a foot lord, you should easily be able to take down both of these enemy lords here. Go ahead and fight this one on the field. The battle. Alright, this is actually going to be quite a fun... Oh, they're just going to deploy in the back. I was going to say it's going to be a fun battle, but it's very foggy and our enemies are going to hide. Then what we are going to do is keep them well away from the water. Let's deploy you boys as a front line. We'll have skinks kind of filing up the sides and also to be fodder, fortunately for them. It's not a fun job, but someone's got to do it. We'll have our Rappa skinks up front. They've got a ton of missile resist, and they're very, very good at anti-skirmishers. We'll have our other skirmishers just kind of hanging out behind them. They don't have very much range at all, but we can kind of... You know what? We can hide them. That would be key, although this map is incredibly hard to see anything on. It'd be great if the fog had effects on the enemy units and your own units, perhaps making them harder to see, and making your missile troops have a bit less accuracy. We'll get that with Pharaoh, but cool to have in Warhammer as well. Alright then. Got all the units deployed. We'll have Wax T hanging out with his Saurus, absolute champion, and then the Skink Chief hanging out off to the side. He's quite a bit faster. We've got our lovely units here. Legion of Chalk-Mulligan. They're doing their best Gor-Rok impressions. They definitely got a bit more armor than most. Alright then. Let's go steal some more battle captives. You guys are really just gonna hide the back, huh? He's miscast? Interesting. So when you miscast, it really hurts you. Unlike normal, where you just take some damage. Let's push our skinks forward a little bit. We don't want them to be noticed, but let's get them moving towards the enemy. I didn't really deploy our bolas at all, but we can pretty much just pull them wherever we want. Pull these skink flyers around the sides. Just gotta keep you boys hidden in the woods. Push forward a bit. Please just stay in the woods. Hold the skink keep up with the actual chameleons. He actually moves very, very quickly. And we'll have the rest of you kind of move into the woods here. So that way we can screen some of the bullets. Pull back a bit. Our chameleon skinks have snipes, so if they move in and can start hitting these fell bats without getting noticed themselves, that'd be great. Pull you away from them as to keep enemy focus elsewhere. Fell bats actually will perform fairly decent against my pterodons, so we'll pull them back. That's where the hounds are as well. Lots of games of cat and mouse here. He's not invisible, so I'll let him be up front and start harassing the enemy speedy units. Then we can send our riders around to really cause them some issues. Let's go ahead and head into the woods here. But stay far enough back that we can actually reinforce easily. We'll keep Saurus moving up into the woods. All the skirmishers are going to move up a little bit. Pterodons come back up towards the enemy. They are really playing incredibly defensively. Alright, they're starting to surge towards us. I'm going to leave you up front. You can start pulling back, though, because the sheer amount of missiles we have is going to be pretty devastating. Move them forward. Start exploding all these hounds here. Alright, you head in to engage the vampire fleet captain, and you just move in to stop that gun mob. Apparently they knew my boys were around the side here with these scurvy dogs, so let's leave one to fight, and the other two can keep moving. Alright, these bullets move over the top. Pull you guys back. Launch some at them. Keep moving. All that's going to be an issue, so keep moving. Well, that unit got immediately deleted. Well done, SFO. You've created a pretty destructive AI here. Yeah, that unit got instantly deleted. The Pterodon's moving. Luckily, Waxty is handling the fleet captain. Go ahead and drop down the missile block chance. Well, not a fun battle over here. We lost one of the units of Sphinx. They just fled off the side. Bring the chameleons up the side there. Really need to watch out for the handgunners. Just charge you into melee. Keep damage on whoever you can. We send in the flyers, they're just going to get deleted, so we cannot do so. Send the skinks up the side. They should actually easily win in a melee there. Even with that missile resist, it doesn't really matter. A lot of damage coming in. Right over the top, these guys dove into battle with the pirate mob. They should easily win that one. You just get no time to even drop the bombs. That is crazy how much damage those guys do. Yeah, you gotta have them already engaged against something else, otherwise they're not gonna make it. Drop the bombs here and move through. Skirmishers on this side are doing a much better job dodging. Both of the enemy generals have been slain. Push him into the gunners there. Shut down the gunners where you can. Oh, we didn't use our skink cohort at all. Well, you know what? I'm happy to blame that on my terrible eyesight. I'm basically a vampire captain myself. Good grief. These guys over here so thankful that they didn't get used as chaff. Man, that would have been so much different. Right then, lads, I think that's the best opportunity for me to know it's time to go get glasses. We win, but at great cost. Whoops. One more unit flees. Those pterodons. Not meant for melee. Alright, close victory. It hurts my soul, but we lose a whole unit of silver chevron tier fire leech bolas. We'll take the win though. And I'm gonna go ahead and just simply claim Floxos is. We've got a pirate hunter, so we've got more melee attack and leadership while fighting against either Vampire Coast and at sea. And the Cultist Sotek should be happy to know that we've slain PD Goodeye. That's
Aquasuras.
Use your fire leech bolas better. Fair enough. We're gonna not recruit any more of them. Let's go ahead and grab the skills we need over here on Bakgok. Give him speed, extra speed and Vanguard deployment. I think that's gonna be pretty necessary to keep him alive. That way they can just stay one step ahead of their opponents. We'll give you one extra set of the fire leech bolas, and we'll try to make sure our infantrymen are always up in front causing some issues before we send them in. Because they're very, very good units. They're very fragile, so if they even get a single, as we saw there, you get shot at by 4 units of pistols all at once, you don't tend to survive it. Let's go up into Tlox, and we'll just grab a Skink Favela to make a bit more gold while we can. Claim back a lot of territory. We just need to take back the Pox Marsh, and we should be good to go there. On diplomacy, can we grab any more? No, there's no scroll, means we can't have any more.
Do you know who I am?
Battle options.
Honor.
I know who you are. No, is the answer. Should I? Perfect. Go ahead and end the turn. Okay, so Blocks is under attack. Timothy decided to... Where did you guys come from? Arkin must have been lurking out on the outside. Gives us a valiant defeat here. He must have been in ambush nearby. Both of them, rather. Well, I'm not going to go ahead and give this to the enemy, but they've got lots of fast movers and several generals for us to face. As long as our own is still on foot, he should be able to win. Against at least the 2 generals coming over here, but not against Harkin. Harkin will probably be the deciding factor. Let's start it up and see how things go. Okay, so we have Harkin deploying behind us and our enemies coming in from the front. That is just about worst case scenario, isn't it? Okay, so here's what we'll do. Harkin's coming in with a whole heap of bats and mortars. So many mortar teams. If we could shut those mortar teams down as soon as they show up, that would be great. So let's deploy our skinks. Set up the Legion of Chakwa, actually. Probably in front of them. We're going to try to keep as many of our units hidden as we can. Surround and destroy once the battle really gets going. Skink cohort just to kind of slow enemy units down that are coming up the hill. Of course, I want to keep them all hidden though. Gor too. We'll grab our bolas. One of our Skink chiefs here we have. Probably want him with his boys to distract the enemy once they come on in. So we'll grab all of the distraction units, unfortunately. Millions I want on this end so they can snipe and kind of sneak up. We'll have the other skirmishing units probably behind our line is a safest bet. Alright then. Front line. Missile troops. Pterodon riders, and then Skink Chief. We'll put him in right here. And then we'll get this battle started. We've got our barrier, so that's going to be a little bit helpful. It goes away very quickly, though, as the vampires move over. Are they going to try to come on up the hill towards us? I mean, we should probably send the expendables in. Try to get some bola shots as they come through the hill. Gor I do want to help out with what's coming in, so let's grab the non-expendable units set up over here. We want them to be engaged as soon as Harkin's troops show up. I don't want any time in between. If the mortars get to shoot, we probably won't win. We've got some really good rock dropping options. I just don't know how much time we'll get before they get eviscerated by the handguns. Let's try just one of them. Go quickly. Try to give them 3 different targets. We'll see. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. This is going to be dangerous. Oh, Operation Nukes. Run, 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 run. Get out of there quickly. All pterodons flee. See how many of them we actually get manage to escape. Come on, put those rocks and those trees between the enemy and yourself. How many seconds before? Oh, here comes Arkin. Well, hello there, Luther. Ooh, the magic damage. We got eviscerated on that as soon as they showed up. Get yourself on in. Dive into battle with these scurvy dogs here. Saurus are completely surrounded. Oh yeah, no, the skinks didn't hold in at all.
You are caught.
Scurvy dogs would be very good at avoiding our skink skirmishers too. Maybe reinforcements approaching. We just need everyone over here. Which one has the bombs left? Come on back. We can't have the bats stopping you boys. A bit closer. This is spooky. I'm gonna go ahead and call a retreat with them, push them, pull them back into the woods. Get away from the bats. We're gonna need to try to use your bombs though, so let's perhaps dive into melee with these mortars. And there are still the gun lines. Let's see if we can't take them out with some bombs. Not bad. Run, run, run. Bring those blowpipes to bear against the enemy there. So many enemy bats. Back. We've got to rip through those mortars. We'll have you try to take down the bomber mob there. Poison them real quick. Oh, that damage. I'm basically ignoring the army behind us. We don't have a lot of chance against them at all. Perfect. They got lured into the fight they should not have. The other army's coming on in to deal with our skinks, so they need to come through. Just attempt to. Up quickly. Switch to operation, deal as much damage as we can. I'm gonna send you into melee against some of these mortars here. Legion of Chocolate is now rampage. I'd like to have access to them, so let's not. Thank you, lads. Go dive in with Luther. Keep scooting away from those undead pirates there. Pull you boys back. Most of the enemy mortars are sizzling on away, which is perfect. Look at the enemy gun line there. Sneaks through. Do what we can to, at least. Keep you guys away from those gunners there. Firing very well through the forest. You gotta give it to them. Yeah, Harkin is destroying our lord here. Oh, he's not. That's not actually. That's not our lord's health. That's perfectly fine. You stand a little ways away. Our auxiliary troops are gone. Back just a bit here. keep drawing the enemy foot soldiers away. If we can get them in kind of a blob. Harkin's taking some serious hits. Just don't think it's going to be enough. I think Walkstee's going to fall. Oh, I can't get these guys through. Dropping some bombs. Auxiliary force is fleeing. See if we can't get him away. But Harkin is defeated. No more is the Mad Pirate King. Run. Those bombs in on the units. Can't actually fight back. Can't stop. Ooh. Nice shot. They at least dove into melee and stopped him from firing at least one more time. Pull back away from the handgunners there. Still have the enemy lords to deal with. I think by the grace of undead leadership, they are going to pull this one off. Man. Our gunners know which targets are the most important for sure. Well, you want away. Keep the skinks moving. As long as they've got ammunition, they can keep doing damage. Otherwise, they need to probably flee. Switch targets very quickly between our Pterodons. That is definitely the one they despise the most. Keep fleeing. Bombers can't do much more. We fought hard, but it's not in the cards this time. Walkstee hunt down Timothy's shorthands there. They're quick to switch targets to the Pterodons. Let's have the Pterodons come around and maybe drop some bombs. I don't think it's going to work because there's other boarding crew coming around. At least they can land at the boarding crew, do some damage. Take down Timothy there. The rest of his reinforcements will arrive soon, so you got very limited time to do so. Lads can just sprint into melee. Slow them down a bit. Keep chopping them. Almost got the animated Hulks though. Force will fight to the very bitter end. As our skinks back there have a duel with gunners. He's got to face off against two. Go dive into melee with the boarding crew. You're running really, really low on poison darts. Our Proxagor are fleeing. Our main lord is absolutely bullying this fleet captain to beat. We're gonna let our main skink captain dive in, and then the other two can jump into melee. We're almost out of darts there. Shot in the back by a bunch of bullets. Those definitely don't feel good. Legion of Shock was down to 23 models. Overcast still did damage to our unit there. Ravens, our warriors flee. One last charge, lads. Don't tell me she's gonna survive. Man. Oh, there she goes. Now, if you get to keep this unit to survive, that's gonna be some shenanigans. We've already got to deal with the undead shenanigans. Another brutal fight for us that ends in defeat, and they get to keep both of their captains. Harkin survives, as does one of his mortars. Most of his army is wiped out, but it looks like he gets to keep Scurvy Dogs, Pirates himself, which is absolute nonsense. And the keep fleet captain of the deep as well. All right. Well, we have some violence to enact upon Luther Harkin. We lost 2 of our pretty elite generals there, and Tlox has been wiped out. They really like Tlox. That's the second time they've gone all out on 1 unit. New plague among us. Exploring too deep into an ancient cave system, Forager unwittingly brings back with them a hitherto unknown devastating disease. One which now spreads like wildfire throughout the populace. Beware the coughing, spurn the sneezing, run screaming from the feverish. Oh man, nerval corruption. That's the worst. Alright, Gor-Rok, we need you to get moving quickly on over here. We'll bring all of the clever girls. Feast upon Harkin's bones. See no Tehena when he's dealing with Rakarth after we beat him in single combat, so hopefully he can keep that momentum up. So after pushing you back to having only, I guess Harkin can recruit his own as he is, he's got the Zufbar 42. It's so goofy that they get to heal heroes and lords after winning. I understand units, but heroes and lords shouldn't be able to reconstitute themselves. That doesn't make sense. All right, go ahead and charge on over to the Poxmarsh, deal some damage. We might get jumped after. It's fine with me. Heroic victory, it says. Well, yeah, he gets gunnery mob, hand cannons. Interesting. We'll have one more battle here. I don't think it'll be as bad of a defeat for us as the AI wants us to believe. We just have to make sure that these guys don't get a single shot into our clever girls. Let's dive in. Alright. Since we attacked them, the initiative should be on us to attack. They've deployed in almost looks like a multiplayer formation here. With both lords on one side in the woods to try to avoid fighting Rinky at all costs. Does my boy have a Strider? He has Woodsman, which works just fine for Strider. We'll definitely be sending him after the enemy lords. First thing, most dangerous units they have are definitely going to be the gun mob. These guys have pistols. Okay. Got nowhere we can hide our clever girls until too late for the enemy, which is unfortunate. I will throw the skink skirmishers up on this side. Yeah, we'll absolutely know they're there, as they tend to. Skirmisher cav, or skirmisher javelin boys. You two up front to take the majority of the damage. We'll have the cohort of Sotek ready to rip through the woods with Rinky there. We'll have the clever girls spread out in teams then. They have Strider, can move very quickly across the land. I'm guessing you do not, however, and should probably be out on one side. Still staying back far enough, though, that the shotguns can't land hits. Fire bolas back to back. Perfect. Have our more or less melee infantry. We'll have you guys in all of them in guard mode, to be honest. And then old ones. Awesome. Be a bit more cautious this battle. See how if we can limit casualties. Charge directly towards them, like I tend to do. We do need to rip through the woods there with the clever girls. Look at that. They definitely know our skink skirmishers are back there. Which I'm actually not that concerned with. We're gonna be real violent on that side. Get you boys back in the woods as much as we can. How about hidden enemies? Clever girl team's going through the woods there. We're going to try to counter that with the rotting Prometheans. Interesting. Move Rinky's troops in. notice that one of you guys is deployed funkily. We'll have you move out on the outside here. Probably don't want to get too far away because it looks like all three of their units are going to try to chase down a specific portion. They tend to like to go after your weakest point in your army. Get real aggressive. Backdroppers really shouldn't be very useful there. Running Prometheans also should take lots of debuffs being in the woods. And the battle begins. We'll just smash this portion first. Keep moving through. Ricky shall get shot up a bit, but not overly concerned with it. Bomber mobs, however, are going to be a problem. Clever Girls actually did fantastically well against... Here's those shotguns we wanted to avoid at all costs. Trying to push them past and into the gun mob with hand cannons. Just layer that fire on the Prometheans up front. Things are not going well at all because they can switch targets each time. Whoever they decide to shoot at basically goes away. Clever Girls go to the next group. Really want them fighting against polearm units to come through in on these gun mob. And you as well come on through. Blood Statuette of Spite. Yeah, Red Crest should be able to easily deal with these polearm mob. Push through the line there. Most of our skinks are fleeing. It's definitely time to get rid of them. Replace them with Saurus. One of these Clever Girls is broken. That's fine. I'll have you fly over the top there and just drop some bombs. Quickly. Other than the deck droppers moved into melee. Alright. Go ahead and surround them to get all of your damage at the same time. Oh, perfect. Get in those shotguns now. Even took damage on the charge, which is unfortunate. Have you both come around. We can just have our skirmishing units deal with pole arms. Out of the woods there. Bring them all back in together. Stegadon is not staying, although I don't really blame them. Tough fight. We just have to keep you hunting down the gun mob who are deciding to just run and flee. Nope, there's no running. Only the void. Hit javelins on the important targets there. You can completely ignore that gun mob. Bring yourself back over so we get some more armor. You guys will both just come on over the top. Didn't get any good death from above here this time, and that was mostly why we took as much damage as we did. Drop down the Blood Statuette of Spite on Deckhand Mob as it does most damage to a group of units. Stop them from dying, and keep chopping on that Fleet Captain. I think you do the same. Charge in here on the Fleet Captain of Vampires, and watch the carnage. It does show us, though, that it is time to upgrade past the peaks. Unless we're using Red Crest. Let's look at all of them that fell out the outside there. Not good at all. I think we just have the one unit of enemy just waiting to fizzle away. Yep. SFO does give them a little bit too much leadership, I won't deny. My one complaint. Right then. We'll take the victory, close or not. We lost 406 in the fighting. That was a pretty nasty army. Either way, we managed to limit their casualties or their damage dealt by quite a bit. Also got a Sun standard of Showtech. We're going to go ahead and occupy the Pox Marsh. I dare Harkin to come on down and face us.
Against the code.
The Sun standard is going to be fantastic. 10% missile resistance and some bolstered armor. And yeah, it's definitely time to grab on in. Well, we probably won't be able to have the time to actually recruit anyone here. Let's go through either the Blessed Spawnings or the Regiments of Renown. Dare I grab myself more? I've proven to be terrible with the Pterodons. We do need more practice, though. What do these guys have access to that normal ones do not? They are vigorous. Probably have a bit more resistance as the normal. 40% is pretty crazy. How much do these guys have? 10? 40% is a lot better. So they are better at hunting down either skirmish cavalry or other flying skirmishers. An interesting idea. I think we want some Saurus, though. Let's grab 2 of the Blessed Saurus shields. I'm going to use some of my alignments here to make them even scarier. So we already have some Blessed spawning of Showtech. We have of a Sotek here, which would give them some lethal poison and allow them to be a little bit faster as well as do more damage on the charge. Plus 25 to their charge bonus, giving them up to 50. Quan Chi would allow them to bleed the enemy and have a bit more base damage overall, as well as stock. So they would move hidden, which I actually don't think I want for the Saurus. Blessed spawning of Showtech gives them flame and missile resistance, which I think is actually going to be pretty useful against enemy shorthands in his squad. So we're actually going to throw down both of these guys with the Blessed spawning of Showtech, as it does give them some missile resistance as well. 10% so. Rinky. Man, you still have such an unfortunate name. I think we shall continue to neglect his soldiers and simply go for his own prowess in battle. It's been pretty important. Alright, beautiful. Well, we have defeated Harkin once more. Gor-Rok is in, ready to engage. Let's end the turn once more here and see how things play out. I bet you anything, Timothy and Luther are about to have a whole bunch of friends, and they'll be moving on the Pox March next turn. Let's see. Seal or strike. Scouts have located a minor branch of the Druki's Black Way, emerging deep in your territory. Allowing allies of the ancient enemy so near your heartlands is unacceptable. The spread of ruinous corruption cannot be allowed, and the risks of the cornerstones of the Great Plan for all time. Should you close this potential enemy conduit, or do you use it yourself? Carry the Dark Elves all the way back to Nagaroth. We could either collapse their fell tunnels for some corruption drop, or we could keep the Black Way open and gain some extra melee attack while fighting against the Dark Elves for 12 turns. Ooh. We should have enough corruption drop that we don't have any issues with this. Let's go ahead and keep the Black Way open so we don't lose the income. And we can use it to our advantage against Rakarth. Awesome. Oh, interesting. No, they did not. Looks like they probably are back here hiding. As that's apparently what Harkin was up to last time, just hiding back in the back in an ambush stance. Alright, well, Gor-Rok and the Clever Girls are going to move on in. I'm going to have them go in ambush stance and set up out front of Zlan Wapek. And then Rinky here with his squad of pretty terrifying forces. I think I'm going to give him the ghosts. Ghosts of Palhwaks. I have not the gold for the Ghosts of Palhwaks. Palhwak Sentinels. I like the skirmishing Skink Chameleon Stalkers, though. They're a lot of fun. The issue being very expensive. We might get attacked next turn. So let's not do any more recruiting, even though I'd prefer to. We're going to go ahead and repair the Pox Marsh and destroy this building here. And use that income to perhaps build things up in the home front. And as we are starting to finally recover permanently from all of the rebellions, probably not a bad idea to get some more of the main provinces up and running. So alter the Horned Rat up to a tier 2 settlement. Even go for the insect breeding farm here. We'll have enough gold for an easy recruitment of the Awak Citadels if the enemy does close that gap, but I don't think they're going to even try. What we'll do with Rinky, come out front, shouldn't have any issues with corruption. We will go into an ambush stance. Sneaky, sneaky Rinky. And we'll likely end the turn again.
Do you know? Law.
None of you are worth my time except Cult of Sotek. Would you like to give me a new battle option? Luther Harkin or Timmy? Yeah, they're both hanging out in town. Go ahead and accept that mission. Wait for him to come on in. To their doom. I have been roused to kill. Sea offers us other opportunities. We have little time for this war, except for you keep attacking me where I'm weakest. I don't appreciate that, no. Pinky's ambush was foiled. That's fair enough. We've got an imminent rebellion over here at the Jungle of Webs. Echosaur Humongous has claimed the Sword of Cain from Alariel, mind you. Or since Gor-Rok can't actually reach Phlox this turn, I'm going to have him go into ambush stance. I figured we have a higher chance off in the woods here, but no such luck. Luther is just looking to build up an army.
I was the crazy one. Out of the question.
Indeed, you are the crazy one, sir. This is another case of we're trying to meet Gor-Rok and Rinky in the middle and smash one of our major foes. Well, for now, though, I'm going to be out of time for today. I have been at Space Wizard War. Remember to leave a like for the Light God and a sub for the sub dog. I'll see you all in the next one.